Hello, my name is Fox and you're watching Den of Fools. Let's jump right in.
Happy New Year. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and New Year celebration for 2024. Thank you so much for supporting us throughout the year. It really means a lot. With that said, we will resume normal service for 2025. In week 1 of 2025, we had 97 tournaments, with a total of 1,845 players and 6,478 games played. We have a lot less players and games than we normally record for a week, which isn't too surprising considering this data contains the new year. One thing that is familiar is the Space Marines topping the charts with 22 wins, 49 top 3s, and a weighted pace of 22.5. We will cover the individual chapters later on in the video, which should be quite interesting given the number of changes that GW made in the balance update. The Necrons get 8 wins, 26 top 3s, and a weighted pace of 21.5. They have got off to a strong start for the new meta, although most of their results come from the smaller tournaments. The Guard get the same number of wins, with a lot less top 3s with 16. They get a weighted pace of 22.5, but most importantly they get 7 wins at the larger tournaments, which is nearly as many as the Space Marines. This is a strong indicator that Guard will continue to do well after the update, with their newest detachment looking very competitive. As we know, their Codex is not very far away now, so I wouldn't be surprised if this all changes again once it is released. The World Eaters are the last faction in blue, with 7 wins, 14 top 3s, and a weighted pace of 15.7, which is the second best this week. I must say, I'm a little surprised they've done quite this well in terms of placings. The Tyranids top the green group with 6 wins, 21 top 3s, and a weighted pace of 27.3. The Grey Knights also get 6 wins with 14 top 3s and a weighted pace of 13.2, which is the best overall. As with the World Eaters, I'm a little surprised they've done quite this well in terms of the weighted placings. The Custodies are the last faction with 6 wins. They have 8 top 3s and a weighted pace of 23.7. The next 3 factions all get 5 wins, with Chaos Space Marines getting 24 top 3s and a weighted pace of 29.2. The Imperial Knights get 16 top 3s with a weighted pace of 16.6, which is the third best overall. The vast majority of the results did come from the smaller tournaments, including all of their wins. The Death Guard get 15 top 3s with a weighted pace of 26.4. They also get the most wins at the larger tournaments in the green group with 3. Chaos Demons are the last faction in green, with 4 wins, 16 top 3s and a weighted pace of 23. We have 8 factions in yellow with between 3 and 1 wins. We have some very high weighted placings, with the Orcs and Eldari each having over 100, as they only picked up a single win. The Drukhari do quite well despite being in yellow, thanks to their lower player base. There are 2 factions in red, with both Chaos Knights and Sisters failing to pick up a win. 22 factions minus this 1 top 10 placing, with the Space Marines getting the most top 10s with 179. Necrons are in second with 76 top 10 placings. Chaos Space Marines are in third on 60 top 10 placings. The Space Marines are the most played faction with 19.89% of all players taking them. Necrons are the second most popular on 7.21%. Chaos Space Marines are in third on 5.91%. The most popular factions looks relatively similar, with Chaos Space Marines increasing by the most to take third place.
It takes our resident stats guru and Ultramarine fanboy Fearless Fox many hours to collect all the data. It would be great if you could show your appreciation by liking and sharing the video. It really helps us with the God algorithm of YouTube. We have grouped the win rates by colour, with the key at the bottom of the screen.
In the first week of the new meta, both the Drukhari and Death Guard top the charts with a win rate of 54%. The Death Guard result is more impressive, as they have over 3 times the number of players as the Drukhari. The Guard are close behind with a win rate of 53.2%. It is looking like the changes haven't slowed them down, with their newest detachment looking rather good at the moment. They are also doing much better in the larger tournaments, with an impressive win rate of 56.5%. As stated, we know they are the next Codex, so we will see their win rate change in the not too distant future. Chaos Demons come next with a win rate of 52.9%, which is a good result for them with their new detachments looking decent. The Necrons remain a solid army, with a lot of players and a good win rate of 52.1%. Looks like you can't keep a good Necron down, literally. The Imperial Knights come next with a win rate of 51.8%, although they are a lot more dominant in the smaller tournaments, where they got a win rate of 61.5%. The Eldari and the Tyranids get a win rate of 50.7%, with Votan and Chaos Space Marines on 50.3%. Chaos Knights top the yellow group with a win rate of 48.9%, with World Eaters close behind on 48.7%, despite their good weighted placing. The Custodies have a win rate of 48.3%, with the Gene Stealer cults on 48.2%. The Admech have a win rate of 48%, with the Grey Knights on 47.9%, which is a lot lower considering how well they did in the placings. Space Marines overall get a win rate of 47.5%, and of course we will cover the individual chapters later on. The Thousand Suns run 47.3%, with the Orcs just getting in the yellow group on a win rate of 45.1%. The Tau are the last faction in yellow, with a win rate of 42.4%. The Sisters are really struggling after their nerfs, only managing a win rate of 35.8% from their 33 players. Imperial Agents didn't get any wins, but there were only 2 players. Overall, most of the factions are within the Goldilocks zone, but there is quite a lot of range between the top and the bottom. It'll be interesting to see how the meta unfolds when we get more results in, but there are certainly some factions which are clearly going to be near the top of the pile. As it is the first week of the balance update this time around, the running total win rates are the same as the weekly. The 4-week rolling win rate does give a good indication of how factions were doing before the changes fully took effect. The 4-week does include some of the new rules, but there are some standout differences. The Guard are significantly better with 53.2% this week, compared to the 49.3% rolling. The Gene Stealers have really fallen back with their 4-week win rate of 55.1%, compared to the 48.2% they got this week. They were one of the strongest factions pre-changes, and it looks like the nerfs were effective. Not quite as effective as it was to the Sisters, who were right at the bottom with their performance from this week affecting the 4-week win rate. They only managed to get to 40.3%. The running totals will give us a good indication of who are the top factions in the coming weeks once we receive more data. The Death Guard have done very well in their first week with a win rate of 53.8%. The Blood Angel are also doing well, with a win rate of 52.1%. The Black Templars have a win rate of 49.1%, with the Unknown Codex chapters actually making it into the Goldilocks zone, with a win rate of 46.3%, which is a big improvement. The Dark Angels are the first chapter outside the Goldilocks zone, just missing out with a win rate of 44.9%. The Space Wolves are at the bottom after their nerfs, with a win rate of 43.8%. The Unknown chapters do the best this week, with the most top 10s in wins with 9. The Blood Angels are close behind with 7 wins, with the rest of the chapters picking up 1 or 2 wins. Overall, the position for Space Marines has improved significantly after their buffs. The Blood Angels and Black Templars enjoy using no unique units in their detachment to take advantage of the improved Oath of Moment, which was given to the Codex chapters. This feels a bit unintentional to me, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets changed in a future update to prevent this from happening. In any event, things are looking a lot better overall. As with the all-faction running total, the Space Marine running total is the same this time out. The Death Watch, Templars and Blood Angels all see big increases compared to the 4-week win rate, with the Space Wolves seeing a dip in theirs from 47.9% to 43.8%. Chaos Space Marines do very well with 51.4%, with the 6 Emperor's Children players winning a third of their games. We have seen Fulgrim unveiled, and it is likely we'll see a lot more from their upcoming release at the LVO preview show next week.
If you enjoyed our content, please subscribe, check out one of the videos on screen, and consider using our affiliate links in the description. Thank you for watching.